What up? Wade Alters here, founder and lead trainer at 3 Impact. And today what we're going to talk about is the inner game of business, escaping the rat race and living the good life. And so for nearly a decade now, I've worked with guys all over the world, initially running live events and seminars, teaching dating advice. I was an expert dating coach. And what I would do, I'd actually take guys out, make them talk to girls, force them to talk to girls. We break it down after the fact and do that. It was a lot of fun. And then what I did is I started transitioning into what I call lifestyle development, which is basically a mixture of lifestyle design plus self-development there, kind of a hybrid version I created for myself. And through that, actually amassed a pretty huge online business of, my name was Brad Branson, I went by that, had millions of views on YouTube, tens of thousands of subscribers, multiple six-figure product launches, and like I said, traveled to over 40 countries around the world along the way. And if there's one thing I've noticed from working with so many guys, is that they all want freedom. They want that freedom of choice. They want the ability to meet the girl that they want, have the dating life that they want. They want to be able to create a business or a career that they're excited and passionate about. But too often what I see is people stuck on the sidelines. They're in that paralysis by analysis mode where they're thinking, oh my God, like what would my friends think? Or what would that girl think? Or what would my parents think? Or what would my boss say? And they're living by other people's agenda. They're living by other people are controlling them. Mainstream society is controlling them and they're not thinking for themselves. So what you need to do if you want that freedom, if you want to live the good life, you need to start taking control and take responsibility for your life. So the first thing I want to do is explain what the inner game of business is. And actually, if I think back to when I was a dating coach, the first thing guys would ask is they'd say, hey, what's my pickup line? Or what is the script? How do I talk to her? How do I get her phone number? Or something like that. And what I would say always is you need to look inward, shine the mirror back on yourself, and basically create the value internally. Become the type of guy that automatically creates value. And what you do is you basically flip the script where you kind of theoretically knock her off her pedestal to where when you have so much social value, you feel that and believe that internally, you don't have those issues of running out of things to say. And the same thing happens in business from the perspective of everyone's looking for the perfect sales funnel or the perfect 7-tip strategy sales copy technique, or they're looking for that email that's flawlessly gonna get every person they reach out to. They'll be able to network them and have amazing mentors or the perfect sales leads. And I'm here to tell you it's the same thing there. It's not about the outer game strategies. It's about shining the mirror back on yourself and developing the inner game so you automatically have that value to offer. And that comes from creating the right mindsets, having the right business acumen and perspective, and developing the skills so you give value to your customer, your clients, and your employers. But there's one presupposition behind all of this. There's an underlying truth in everything I've talked about so far, and what it comes down to is a quote from one of my mentors, Nathaniel Branden, and what he says is no one is coming. No one is coming to save you. You can't have that opportunity just fall on your lap. It's not just gonna come to you. It's not like you're gonna just get that job promotion, your boss is gonna be like, here you go, or you're gonna find the perfect mentor. You create those opportunities. You have to take responsibility. The motivation, that fleeting feeling of motivation, you create motivation through your perspective, the focus that you have, and everything like that. And what I said again, it comes down to is taking responsibility for your life. Now, our generation, we're called the millennial generation, even more so the entitled generation. And I only work with millennials. I consider myself, I'm kind of on the top end of the millennial bracket there. And what I see more is not entitlement. I see lost, people that are lost. I see confusion and anxiety. And what it comes from, it's an antiquated model of how we were raised, through how our parents were raised, and even our grandparents. That generation, what happened when they got out of school, they had a job and they could stay in that same factory, do whatever they were doing there for the next 30 to 50 years. All of a sudden they come out of it with a pension, and their whole life they have complete job security. Our parents were kind of on the cusp of those things really changing, but us, you do not have that luxury anymore. There is no job security. Look at something like, let's say Uber or something like that. They've been around for 2 or 3 years, already a $20 billion company, take over the whole taxi system around the world. And even Uber drivers, they're thinking they got something cool there. They need to be looking over their shoulders because Uber send themselves up to have driverless cars here in another 2 to 3 years. And what it is, it's Moore's Law, which is all about the evolving of technology, where it just gets faster and faster every year, every 5 years, 10 years, it's like doubling in speed. And because of that, who knows where you're gonna be 5 years from now? So what you need to do is develop the entrepreneurial mindset. And what that is, it's a mindset. It's not that you're a business owner, that is one aspect of most entrepreneurs, but you can be entrepreneurial within your career. And what it comes down to is separating from the hourly wage, separating from that whole punch in, punch out mentality where you're exchanging your time for money, and start taking on risk. And what that does is when you're taking on risk as well as creating value, then you can amplify your income to a whole new level. And on the other side, start investing in yourself so you're naturally, automatically offering more value to all the people around you. And this is more than just in the business context, this is in every aspect of life. You're gonna attract a higher quality person around you, the more books you read, the more seminars you attend, and constantly just that self-education is so huge. And so, like I said, what it comes down to again is taking full responsibility, taking action, becoming that person that creates those opportunities for himself. And what we're going to be talking about in future videos is things like fulfillment and happiness. My definition of fulfillment, it comes down to growing in every aspect of your life. But one of the biggest problems then, other than me getting my fingers stuck in my hair, is that it becomes overwhelming when you're thinking about all these things at once. How do you call your mom and have a great family life? How do you have the girlfriend and get the dating life handled? How do you have the nightlife and the social life on top of growing the business, building that entrepreneurial skill set, being healthy, going to the gym, getting an awesome diet, having the supplements? Oh my God, I'm freaking out right now just talking about all this shit. It's very daunting, it's very overwhelming. But what we're gonna talk about next week is a super simple strategy so you can have all those things running on all cylinders, leading to that feeling of fulfillment and the good life.